That's why, under these reforms, insurance companies will no longer be able to deny coverage because of a previous illness or injury. And these are only the most recent signs that the economy is turning around, though these signs are little comfort to those who've experienced the pain of losing a job in the previous month or in the previous 2 years of this recession. I learned that the economy grew for the first time in more than a year, and faster than at any point in the previous 2 years. So as always, we give thanks for the kindness of loved ones, for the joys of the previous year, and for the pride we feel in our communities and country. That's why the previous administration started a program, the Troubled Asset Relief Program, or TARP, to provide these financial institutions with funds to survive the turmoil that they had helped unleash. It was the abandonment of this rule that allowed the previous administration and previous Congresses to pass massive tax cuts for the wealthy and create an expensive new drug program without paying for any of it. The previous administration extended temporary loans to both companies. Let me say that again. She will have been waiting for a simple yes or no vote on the Senate floor for longer than the 7 previous attorneys general combined.
For example, you can go to an 18-week coding boot camp with no previous experience in computers and become a computer programmer making up to $70,000.
It's a promise that previous generations made to us and a promise that our generation has to keep. And it's our responsibility to protect these treasures for future generations, just as previous generations protected them for us.
I was not yet considered even a part-time student, and my level of income from the previous year was too high.
Or people who said we should not have government spend that much, especially when we're inheriting a $1.3 trillion deficit from the previous administration. And we've already spent money on the TARP program and shoring up the banks, etc. We shouldn't.
Meanwhile, over 525 detainees were released from Guantanamo under, not my administration, under the previous administration. These companies were facing a crisis decades in the making, and having relied on loans from the previous administration, were asking for more. This construction violates previous agreements, and while the average loss of about 4,000 jobs per month this quarter is less devastating than the 700,000 per month that we lost in the previous quarter, and while there are continuing signs that the recession is slowing, obviously this is little comfort to all those Americans who've lost their jobs.
And there are so many problems that we are paying the price for from the previous regime in order to have friendly relations with all members of the international community.
You won't have to worry about pre-existing conditions, because never again will anyone in America be denied coverage because of a previous illness or injury. This was already noted by our previous speaker.